What's up, everybody? Well, I haven't been getting on as much as I used to, but I promise I'm about to change that. Sadiq has the idea that we would start doing um, Thoughtful Thursdays, and so every Thursday now, I'm going to try my best to do either a video of just me for something for you guys, or one for me and him both if he's available. Um, Let me put these on so I can see. Anyway, I just wanted to come on today and let you guys know that. And also, a couple weeks ago, Sadiq and I were asked, not necessarily relationship advice. And if you see me looking over here, you all, as usual, this is where my notes are at on my computer. So, it wasn't really relationship advice, I'm sorry. But someone asked us for tips on how to get through the tough times when issues, disagreements, and arguments arise in a relationship. And so I responded to that person's question on Facebook, and I made a post, and I gave those ideas of how to cope or deal with those things when they come up. Now, these are no professional or certified answers or ideas or suggestions. They are based on personal experience, things that either Sadiq and I do to get through issues when we have them, or things that we've used in other situations in the past, or things that we've talked about and plan to do them going forward to help us get through things. And so I'm nobody professional or nothing like that. So these are not set in stone. They're not, I don't know. They're just my stuff, our stuff. Okay. So anyway, the first one is to pray together because it's important. To me, Sadiq and I, we do pray together, and we always say our grace together at dinner too. If I forget, he is consistent with reminding me. There has been times when we both forgot and the meal was over, we were done eating, and we still went on and did our grace. So that and even regular prayer together, that right there, I think should be done in any relationship where God is part of it. I know everybody may not believe or don't believe, and that's your choice. That's fine. But if you are a believer in Christ, in any way, then I believe that prayer is the frontline help for everything. Outside of that, there's several other things that may help get through things. Remember to be angry at the issue and not at each other. So whatever your situation is that you all are disagreeing on, or whatever argument has arisen or arose, whatever the word is that goes there, just be mad or be about fixing that issue, and try not to take it out on each other. Talk respectfully and without hurtful words. Don't yell, and watch your tone, because doing those things obviously can escalate a situation. Allow your partner to speak without interrupting. A lot of time we are so anxious to get our piece in, or get our word in, or prove our point, that we barely let anybody get what they're trying to say out before we're interrupted with our response. And sometimes your response might have changed had you just listened to exactly what the person was going to say. So give them a chance to speak, and completely state their sentence or state their concern or whatever it is before you prepare your response or before you interrupt them. Listen for what's not being said. A lot of time people don't really know how to express themselves sometimes, and they may just give little hints in their explanation, or when they talk or explain, they might just give little hints of what they really mean, but they're not saying it. I don't know if they don't know how to express it, or maybe if they're just afraid to express it for some reason. But sometimes people will give you hints of what they're trying to say. So that's what I mean when I say listen for what's not being said. Don't assume or accuse. So try not to assume what the person's going to say or say next. And definitely don't accuse anybody of anything that you don't have any facts or proof of. That can create a whole nother issue. So ask for clarity when it's needed. So I've seen times where couples have had disagreements and such, or something as simple as even in a classroom, A teacher will instruct something, and sometimes people just aren't getting it and they won't say anything. Or maybe you and your partner or spouse or whatever are in one of those moments, and everything that they're saying you're listening, but you're just not understanding why they're saying it, or you don't agree with it, or you're taking it in, but it's not making any sense. So just ask for clarity. I mean, that's pretty much part of good communication. You're only going to understand and be able to resolve issues if they're laid out clearly and if you ask questions when you don't understand. So don't be afraid to ask for clarity. Be fair, reasonable, and understanding. So when there are issues going on, arguments and such, be fair. Well, I mean, as clearly as it states it, be fair, reasonable, and understanding. And we're all adults, so we know what all those things mean. And sometimes you may have to even take a step back in the middle of the situation or the argument and ask yourself, am I being reasonable with me not agreeing to this or not understanding it? Am I being fair in my responses to them about it? And am I being understanding to how it's making them really feel or what they're going through because of it? So consider those things as well. Go into a situation realizing that if you communicate effectively during the process, you have a better chance of successfully resolving the issue in a healthy way. And so, and that's really true there. Going into it knowing that you're going to want to communicate effectively, meaning have your active listening skills going so that you're not interrupting. And the same thing again, be fair, reasonable, and understanding. Doing those things, you do have a better chance, like it states here, of resolving the issue in a healthy way. So just keep that in mind also. I know that's a lot to think about, like in the heat of the moment or, in the middle of when issues have come up. Who has time to stop and think about all those things? But, yeah, I mean, it would help if somehow you could incorporate that into the arguments or whatever, disagreements when they do arise. Let's see. Agree that no matter how tough the particular argument is, or this particular argument is, your goal is not to hurt each other on purpose, so that you can stay together and still want to be together when the crisis is over. So there are times, and Sadiq and I have done this. All right, this is one of those times. We don't know how heated or serious this is going to get, but we do both agree and know that wherever it takes us at the end of it, our goal is to stay together and to still want to be together. Keeping that in mind will make you want to communicate effectively and consider all those other things we've always mentioned. So, and this next one here is a pretty big one. Hold hands and be affectionate throughout the argument or issue. So, like, sometimes when things are really heated or just going on, hold hands or, do the things you normally do to be affectionate. Touch them, rub their arm, give them a kiss. Those things can help keep both of you grounded and remind both of you that you love each other and that you are a team and that you're not each other's enemy. So be affectionate during the argument. And that's hard to do, too, because I know sometimes you'll be like, I just want to get out of here. I don't want to be around you. And we've all been there. We're all adults and stuff like that. So who wants to be kissing and holding hands? But, hey, you love each other. You want to stay together, but you're just trying to get through the moment, figure it out, come to a resolution. So be affectionate during it. You're affectionate any other time. So if this will help you through the process, be affectionate during the process. So that's all. And this one just follows up on what I just said or kind of piggybacks on it. Kiss them and do the things you normally do to show that you're still in love with them, even if you don't like them at the moment. And yes, you can be in love with somebody and not like them. It doesn't mean you're not going to like them forever. It means today, for whatever's going on, for whatever has us in the moment, heated or whatever the argument might be or whatever, I don't like you right now, but I love you and I'm still in love with you. And later on, I would like you again too. So that is possible. Say you love each other during the argument because one of you probably needs to hear it. Throw it in there somewhere. Babe, I love you, but I just don't agree with you on this. So let me go ahead and give you this kiss, mwah, so we can keep it moving and resolve this issue. But anyway, keep in mind that no one has to get the last word in. Realize that you're not always right. It's okay to not always be right. But if you and your spouse or partner that you're in love with and want to still be with are going back and forth like your enemies, taking shots at each other, one of you has to get the last word in, one of you thinks you're always right and don't want to be wrong, and always has to prove a point, and those things are just continuing to make the argument escalate instead of going the downslope to finding a resolution to it, then try to avoid those things. It's okay not to always be right. Agree to disagree, meaning that no one has to get the last word in, and then don't be the one that has to prove a point. So everybody deserves a chance in those moments to state the issue and how it's affecting them or how it hurts them or bothers them or what they don't like about it. Everybody deserves a fair and equal chance to get their piece out in a healthy way, So remembering some of these things or keeping them in mind, or making them your best practices during an argument, you will see that your arguments will start to be different. Your disagreements will start to be different. You can look at them different going in and know what your outcome is going to be once you resolve it. Understand that every action does not require a reaction, and every comment does not need a response. So if somebody does something during in the heat of the moment, or maybe not in the moment, but just throughout the day that you just don't like, some kind of action they perform that just annoys you to pieces, you don't always have to react to it. If that's who they are and you have accepted them into the relationship knowing that about them, then you just have to get used to it. Or if it's something that maybe they just started doing since you got into the relationship, then you can address it with them, let them know how it makes you feel or what have you, in an adult and healthy way. So there's ways to get through arguments without them becoming breakups and divorces and all that stuff at the end. But I myself had to learn these things. I didn't always do right in arguments. I wasn't always fair in arguments. And if we're all transparent, you've been there too. But you grow and you learn and you just do better next time. With the next relationship or the next argument, you always have a chance to do it right next time. So that's a good thing. But anyway, the every comment does not need a response is pretty much falling in line or piggybacking off of no one has to get the last word in. So anyway, those are just a few things that may help you, that you may want to consider when you feel the heat of the moment coming, when you feel the argument arising or the disagreement. Think about it right quick and be like, all right, here we go. But I want to do this fairly. I want to do this effectively. I want to do this responsibly, adult-like. I want to be reasonable during this. I want to be understanding during this because I love this person. I don't want to hurt them on purpose. And at the end of it, I want to still be with them and want them to still be with me. So those simple things to keep in mind ahead of time will change the way that you argue going forward. So try them. Anyway, that's all I got for you today. Sorry about the gum. I keep looking in there and seeing this blue or green gum, and it just looks real tacky. I apologize. But anyway, I appreciate your time. I hope everybody has a great day. Like I said, look forward to me uploading YouTube content now. I'm going to try to do every Thursday, and then once in a while there'll be some times that are not Thursdays that we just upload random content for you as we do things and stuff. So anyway, have a great day. Enjoy life, enjoy yourself, enjoy each other, and spread love. Thanks for watching.